Hi, I'm Prisma from California. Please like and subscribe. My sister Juliet and I were born to freakishly rich parents who adored and spoiled us at our lakeside mansion. Even though Juliet and I were twins, people always seemed to compliment me more for my pretty blonde curls and blue eyes.
Look at this beautiful child. She's God's gift to humans.
Of course, both of our daughters are adorable.
Oh, that one's yours too. I never would have guessed.
See what I mean? This didn't change even after we grew up. Over time, Juliet started noticing it too and became extremely competitive, especially when it came to dancing.
Look at Prisma's move. She's so adorable.
She'll make us proud one day.
What? She's dancing like a frog who's holding in a fart. How can you guys be so blind?
I admit Juliet was better than me, but I wasn't so bad. And everyone, including my parents, seemed to agree. But every time they praised me, Julia's butt would light on fire. Not that I cared. I loved the attention. Over the next few years, Juliet and I grew further apart, and by the time we were 16, we were pretty much strangers living under the same roof. She got into dancing, and I fell in love with writing. Things were fine, till one day, Dad lost all his money in stocks, and we had to sell our estate and move to a tiny apartment. Worst of all, I had to share a room with Juliet. Seriously, Mom, I need my privacy. You know that.
It's just for one night. We'll buy you a mattress in the morning, and Juliet can sleep in the lounge.
No way. I need my own room too. If she gets one, so do I.
Please don't be so melodramatic.
Before Juliet could argue more, Mom left. Juliet tossed and turned angrily, but finally fell asleep, and I did too. But a few hours later, I woke up to her screaming.
Ew, I can't believe you still do that.
I felt horrible as I realized the bed was all wet. I had a condition where stress could sometimes make me lose control over my bladder while sleeping. That was my secret. And now, Juliet knew. Shut up, Juliet. It's not a big deal.
Who would have thought Ms. Perfect needed diapers? It's a huge deal. And now you'll do what I say if you don't want anyone at our new school to find out.
You're an awful person.
You don't say. I worked so hard to be this awful, so thank you. For the first time in years, I get to dominate you.
I gave up the room, and Juliet promised to tell no one, but it was so hard to trust her. On our first day of our new school, Juliet and I could feel all eyes on us as we entered, and I heard a few kids whispering about our branded clothes and bags. That's all we had from our life before.
Look at them. They all look. This place is yuck.
Don't say that. It's the best Mom and Dad could do.
You don't have to kiss their butt now they're not around to hear you and pat your back. Anyway, I'm off. Good luck getting through a year in this dump.
Such a brat. Thank God we were in different homerooms. But it was kinda true. The school wasn't half as fancy as my private one back in Malibu. Kids were louder and meaner, and even the teachers didn't seem to care. That day, as I walked back home, I missed my old life and prayed something could magically put everything back in place. I guess God was in a happy mood, 'cause the next day, Juliet gave us the best news we'd heard all week.
I auditioned for the role of dancer in Superstar Karen's next movie. OMG, this Karen doesn't age. I should get her doctor's number. I know I'm, super pretty, but I can be prettier, so why not? Anyway, I got a call back for the second round. How amazing is that?
That's so cool. You totally deserve it.
Stop pretending. I know you're probably just burning inside. Get ready to beg for my autograph.
Geez, relax. Don't be so overconfident, okay?
No one is as good as me. There, this rolls in my pocket. Anyway, I have to practice, so I'll see you guys around.
I was genuinely happy for her, but I just wished something could turn up for me too, especially after I saw how Mom fussed over Juliet. It made me even more jealous than I'd like to admit. Juliet's audition was in a week, and Mom decided it would be a good idea to tag along and cheer her on, despite her protests. The set was huge, and I felt like I'd entered a TV or something. Just then, Karen walked in, looking like a vision, and everyone fell silent. She looked even better than her movies. This woman was a goddess.
Okay, let's get this movie started. Wait a minute, who are you?
I was so lost in admiring her that I didn't realize I was standing in the middle of the scene. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just...
No, go back. Could you dance for me?
Oh, I'm not really here for that.
Just give it a try, please.
She signaled for the music to start, and I did what she said. To my surprise, I enjoyed the attention on me, and the camera didn't make me feel nervous. After I was done, Karen took me to her office.
Okay, so I'm gonna offer you a deal. $1 million, and you sign the movie now.
But I've been so out of touch with dance, and my sister's way better. You should give her a chance.
I don't know who your sister is, but no one here is as pretty as you. And I could always train you. Think about it. It's either you or some other girl, but not your sister.
Karen handed me her card and left. And when I turned around, I saw Juliet fuming at me. And when we reached home, she went bonkers on me.
How dare you? This was my chance to shine, and you snatched it away. I hate you.
Listen, I know how this looks, but I didn't think this would happen. And she told me she wasn't offering the role to you anyway. So it's a good thing I got it. We could use the money.
You'll make up anything to justify how selfish you are. If I don't get this role, you can't have it either. And if you take it, I'll make sure you regret it.
Don't threaten me like that. If you were good enough, she wouldn't have chosen me. Okay? Think about that. I knew how Juliet felt, but it was a 1 in a million opportunity. The money would benefit all of us, and it wasn't like she was getting the role. So why couldn't I have it? The next morning, I went to Karen and signed the deal. When Juliet found out, she lost her mind and screamed for hours. But I knew I'd done the right thing for my family, so I ignored her. A week later, we started shooting, and working with Karen was a dream. She was the sweetest. But for some reason, no one else on set agreed with me. One evening, after a late shoot, we talked, and I told her my whole story.
Oh, darling, I know how you feel. I come from a poor family too, and I made my way up.
Really? That's so inspiring. I felt so special because she confided in me. But the next day when I met her, she totally blew me off. And soon, she started showing her true colors. She treated me like her servant, and I was stuck getting her coffee and salads, and she kept criticizing me in front of the whole crew during shootings. I decided to talk to her. But soon we started with promotion interviews, and there was never a good time. During one interview, the host asked me a bunch of questions, but Karen kept butting in.
So what do you love most in the world?
Well, I love...
Dancing and me, of course. She's my biggest fan.
Yes, but I was saying that my parents...
Are so proud of her. I took this poor girl under my wing, and now I'll make her a big star. Isn't she lucky?
Karen didn't let me say anything. And the next day, everybody was talking about her big heart. No one was talking about my talent. Great. Now people think I'm some charity case.
Don't overthink it. Of course you're talented, but everyone likes a good sob story. Just go with the flow.
I tried, but it kept getting worse. Everyone wanted to know more about how I became famous, and even started bothering my parents to get their answers.
Are you really poor, or is this just a publicity stunt?
How does it feel to live off your daughter's money?
Well, it's my money to begin with, so I feel betrayed.
What the heck are you doing?
Telling the truth, helping the media. I'm being a responsible citizen.
I dragged Juliet away before she said something to make the situation worse. And a few weeks later, we moved to another place. Lately, the stress had been so much that I was wetting the bed more frequently. I really hadn't expected things to be so hard. A few days later, I was going through the script when I heard noises coming from Karen's office and peeped in to see the writer of the movie crying.
You can't do this. You promised me a better amount for my story. That's why I gave the script to you.
Oh, cry me a river for changing my mind. This is my last offer. Or, I can break your career faster than I break hearts.
But it's not enough. You know how much this story means to me. And I'm knee-deep in debt.
Not my problem. You want the money or not?
The girl left crying, and I entered the room to have a word with Karen.
Stay out of it.
But it's not fair. You can't just take away her hard work and not even pay her well for it. It's just wrong.
Really? Have you forgotten what you did to your own sister? She was the better dancer, and you didn't even flinch before taking her place.
That was different. It was me or her.
And you chose you. You and I are more alike than you think. And time you go snooping around in my business, know this. I will fire you.
You can't do that. I'm the face of your movie, and people would crush you for firing the poor girl.
Darling, everyone is replaceable. Ask your sister.
Karen's words hit me like a hot slap. And for the first time, I thought how unfair I'd been to Juliet. I had to make it right, and I started with dropping an anonymous tip to the media about how Karen exploited her staff. The news blew up like a volcano, and Karen faced bad backlash. She knew I'd leaked the news, and I was fired on the spot. But I couldn't care less. All I wanted was to make things right. But Juliet was still ignoring me, and I couldn't blame her. How one morning I walked into her room to talk, but she wasn't around. And seconds later, I heard Mom scream. What? What happened? Mom pointed to the TV, and Karen was standing with Juliet and calling her my replacement. What? I was still reeling with shock when Juliet walked in. Juliet, I know I'm probably the last person you trust, but working with Karen will destroy you. She's just using you to teach me a lesson.
Fine by me. You do need a few lessons. Like, you're not the only dancer in the world, and I'm far more talented. Heck, if people knew your little secret, you wouldn't have even made it this far. Now stop being annoying or I might tell it to the press.
The industry runs on gossip. Sure, people will talk about me for a few days, and then what? They'll forget about it. But working with Karen will make you miserable. Don't do this.
I'll do anything I want. Now get out of my way. I have a plane to catch.
Despite my parents' pleas, Juliet left and we didn't hear from her for weeks. Slowly, I got back to my studies and managed to pass my high school. But we were running out of money, and I needed something to keep afloat. So I decided to apply for small roles in movies. A few days later, one of the old writers on Karen's set called me and said she'd recommended me for a role in the movie based on her script. It did well, and I started getting more offers. Slowly, the money started rolling in, and we moved to a better place. I even saved up enough to put me through a writing school, and things were fine, except Juliet was still in the back of my mind. And then one day, while I was leaving for work, Mom came running in.
It's Juliet. She's in jail.
What? Mom told me that Juliet was involved in some embezzlement scandal with Karen, and they'd been arrested. We went to the police station with a lawyer to bail Juliet out. My parents seemed to forgive her instantly, but I was still mad at her.
Prisma, there's a lot I need to say, but I don't know where to start.
How about sorry or thank you?
I am really sorry. I was blinded by all the glamour and a chance to be better than you for once. Karen treated me just like you said, and she'll get powerful lawyers and get herself out of this mess. But I'm stuck in it now. You don't have to believe me, but I'm innocent.
I tried telling you she's a witch, and I think I do believe you.
Do you think you can forgive me? I will never even mention the word diaper in front of you.
Shut up! I'm better now, and it might take some time to fix things between us, but let's get this mess sorted first. And I'm happy to have you home.
Hi, my name is Scarlet, and I'm from New Jersey. I was born to loving parents just 3 years after my older sister Aurora. The whole family celebrated my birth, and Aurora and I were inseparable. She always had me glued to her, and we did everything together. But as I got older, our parents realized something was wrong with me. I couldn't hear them. I only reacted if they spoke really loudly or really close to me. They rushed me to the doctor, and we found out that I had a problem in my ears that made me nearly 70% deaf. A surgery would fix this issue, but I had to be much older to go through it safely. So I grew up deaf in a world full of sound. While Aurora enjoyed music, laughter, and went to school like everyone else, my parents decided to homeschool me with an army of special tutors.
There's schools for kids just like her?
Yes, but she's our special girl, and we want to give her all our attention.
Aurora had a life I dreamed of every day. She got to have heaps of friends while I was too scared to talk to the kids in my neighborhood. I once got jealous watching Aurora dance to music. My parents went out of their way to make me feel better. They bragged about me all the time.
Scarlet is beautiful, and she's a genius. She did her speech therapy in record time.
Mom, I topped my entire grade. Look at my report card.
That's nice, dear. Scarlet can lip read too, you know. Show them. It's such a fun game.
I got ready to show off my skills, but Aurora suddenly got up, threw her report card on the table, and ran into her room. What was the matter with her? I was too wrapped up in my life to understand it. But Aurora started having little meltdowns all the time. She hated that my parents always let me choose our vacation spots, choose where to eat, and bought me anything I pointed at. When Aurora asked for the same things, my parents just told her to share mine.
That's not fair. Why can't I have what she has?
We can share. I have like 100 clothes.
I'm talking to Mom.
I didn't want Aurora to hate me, so I sent her some pretty dresses as a gift. She sent them back to me, all cut up in pieces. Are you kidding me? When I reached the 7th grade, I was finally ready to get my surgery, and all my parents could do was worry about it. Even I was a little scared, but Aurora couldn't care less. She was a school topper and a cheerleader now. She was also best friends with the richest girl in town, Kat. Her dad was so powerful, he employed half the adults here. Aurora spent all her time lounging in Kat's huge pool house. Even though Kat was the worst, she was super mean and controlling. She even gave her friends strict guidelines on how to dress. One time, Aurora wore the wrong shoes with an evening dress, and her friends ditched her. Kat is a moron. You shouldn't be friends with her.
Mind your own business, turd.
I still hoped that Aurora and I would be normal sisters after my surgery. But the day I went to the hospital, she didn't even show up. I went into the hospital with my heart burning with anger. If Aurora didn't care about me, then I didn't care about her anymore. When I woke up from surgery, I couldn't stop weeping. My parents' voices, the doctor's voices, and my own voice. Everything was setting me off. It took time and effort, but with my parents' support and therapy, I slowly got used to living in a sea of sound. On my first day of joining regular school, my heart was hammering. I'd literally taken my first few steps into the hallway when I saw the most beautiful girl in the entire world just casually standing by the lockers. She was looking right at me, and her mouth was moving. I read her lips without even trying. Did you just say I'm pretty?
What? How did you hear that?
I have good ears. I'm Scarlet.
I'm Marina.
I shook her hand, and my heart wanted to dance. She was actually gonna be in my classes. School was exciting. It was a little weird making friends when I could still lip read. I was only 40% accurate, but that was enough to accidentally see some awkward things. I just pretended I knew nothing. But one day I saw 2 of our teachers talking, and I couldn't help but stare. They were talking about giving us a surprise test tomorrow. Well, it wouldn't be fair if I just prepared alone, right? So I told everyone in my class what was going to happen. Marina looked really surprised.
But how did you know?
I can lip read, just a little bit. I used to be deaf.
Wow, really?
A literal crowd jumped on me all of a sudden. People had a million questions about my life. Everyone wanted to play the lip reading game. They would mouth dumb things at me, and I had to guess. Banana olive juice? No, I love you. Aw, you're just saying. La 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 la. The whole class was rolling in laughter. I had no idea I was so fun. By the end of the day, I got invited to 3 different sleepovers. I was really enjoying my new popularity. Until one day when I learned a secret I couldn't forget. Aurora was hanging out with Kat and a gang of cheerleaders, and I saw them mouthing the words spray paint and plan. That made me curious, so I sneaked closer to them to hear what they were saying. Kat was planning to vandalize the school building this weekend, and she was making her friends help her. When I reached home, I went into Aurora's room to talk to her alone. I know what Kat is planning to do this weekend.
You little sneak! How did you know? Did you lip read us?
It doesn't matter. You can't go spray painting buildings with her. She's gonna get you in trouble.
Mind your own business.
Why do you let that jerk push you around?
That jerk's dad is literally our dad's boss. She's really powerful.
So let her get in trouble alone. She refused to listen to me. I didn't know what to do. But I couldn't let her get mixed up with that awful girl anymore. So I told my parents what she was about to do. Her bully of a friend is gonna make her vandalize the school. My parents were furious at Aurora. They yelled at her and then grounded her for the next 2 weeks.
You told on me. Isn't it enough that you're our parents' favorite? You just had to do this.
Aurora, if you get caught, you could get suspended or even expelled.
As if you care about what happens to me. Stay out of my life.
Aurora shut me out hard. After that, she ignored me at home and in school. That Monday, the principal announced that Kat and her group had been caught ruining school property, and they all got suspended. I thought that would soften Aurora's temper, but she still didn't want to talk to me. I couldn't stay upset about it for too long, because one day I opened my lockers to see flowers and a note inside. It was from Marina.
Too shy to say it in person, but ever since we met, I can't stop thinking about you. Want to go out with me?
I was so happy I was gonna faint. A real-life fairy just asked me out. I texted her yes and literally floated on air for days. I was so nervous on my first ever date that my hands were shaking. I even spilled a soda all over us. But that was the moment she chose to surprise me and kissed me. She was just perfect. Marina was funny, clever, and even my parents loved her. Our relationship was pure and blissful until we reached the 9th grade, and she finally introduced me to her mom. That was instant hate. Her mom didn't want her dating a girl, and it showed. She asked Marina to dump me, and when she didn't, she started ignoring her. She bought her siblings presents and took them to dinners. But she purposefully left Marina out. I hated to see Marina upset, and I foolishly thought if her mom got to know me, she'd like me. So, for Marina's birthday, I set up a family picnic in the park as a surprise. But Marina's mom spent the whole time bragging about her siblings.
My son has a new job, and my eldest daughter is going to college with a scholarship. I'm so proud of you both.
Mom, I won an art contest last month.
Art contest? Ha ha, sounds lame. Your sister won a science scholarship.
Bitter tears filled Marina's eyes, and she stormed off in a huff. She worked hard on that contest, and you called it lame just to hurt her. You're insane. I went after Marina and saw her weeping, and suddenly it reminded me of Aurora getting ignored by our parents. Unlike Marina's mom, my parents didn't give me more attention to hurt Aurora. But the end result looked exactly the same. My parents were wrong for how they treated Aurora. I was just too mad at her for not being there for me, and I couldn't see it until now. Aurora still avoided me at home and at school, but it finally made sense to me, and we didn't speak again until the evening of the spring dance. Marina and I wore the prettiest dresses and were so excited to go to our first dance together. But we'd only been there for an hour when Marina's mom showed up.
What are you doing here?
Just wanted to see all the handsome boys you rejected to date this rude girl. That one. Oh, that one.
Mom, stop it. You can't be here.
You can't date this girl. She called your own mother insane.
That's because you are insane.
People were staring at us, and someone even turned the music down.
My daughter never spoke to me this way before you came along. I hate you.
Her mom picked up the bowl of punch, and she was gonna throw it at me. I prepared myself for the splash, but suddenly, Aurora flew in between us and pushed her away. Marina's mom went flying back right into a table of food. The entire hall watched her in pin-drop silence before exploding into whispers and laughter.
Call the principal. His students attacked me. They're crazy.
The teachers were furious at Aurora for pushing her and disrupting the dance. They gave her 6 weeks of detention and called our parents to pick us up. When we got home, they tried to yell at Aurora, but I stopped them. Marina's mom deserves everything she got. You should be proud of Aurora for standing up for me.
She stood up for you this one time. Before this, she was planning to vandalize buildings. And before that, she was constantly fighting with you.
That's you. Your fault, not hers. Yeah, you heard me. You were so eager to make me feel good, you ignored Aurora since we were kids. That's why she hated me.
We may have given you more attention, but we loved you both equally.
No way. You acted like I didn't even matter. Nothing I ever did was good enough for your praise, while you wrote actual songs about Scarlet.
Aurora, you were healthy. Topping your classes, cheerleading, making friends. You didn't need us as much as she did.
That's not true. I was upset. Making friends with bullies and getting into trouble. I would be suspended or expelled if it weren't for Scarlet. I'm a mess. If you loved me as much as you loved Scarlet, you would have seen that.
Aurora burst into tears while my parents looked stunned.
We did take your achievements for granted. And yes, we were more worried about your sister. But we love you both the same.
Then why don't you act like it?
We didn't want Scarlet to be jealous of your life. We worried about her getting hurt in a million ways, but that's not an excuse. If we let you think for even a second that we didn't love you, then we really messed up. I'm so sorry, Aurora.
We love you both more than our own lives. We're sorry we haven't shown it. We'll do better from now on.
Aurora grabbed my parents in a hug, and I wiped my tears off and joined them too. Hi, I'm Louise from Florida. I climbed into the closet to prank Monica. We need to be quiet.
Boo! You should have seen your face, sis. Don't worry, I filmed everything. Look!
Now, it's my turn.
Try to beat me, baby. Challenge accepted.
We weren't really fighting. Don't worry. Pranking each other was a tradition of ours. We liked posting videos just for fun and both had a lot of subscribers. My sister and I were actually inseparable and got along great. Monica and I went to a boarding school. We only came back home for holidays. Our parents owned a small hotel, Sunny Lagoon on a beach. It was paradise! Of course, my sister and I were looking forward to the start of the summer holidays.
Monica, I found him.
Shh, you'll wake up the teacher. Who did you find?
Patrick, look, this is definitely him.
Wow, what are you waiting for? DM him.
I sent him a message. That guy was my first love. Then Dave sat down on my desk. Oh, he was insufferable.
So, any big plans for the holidays, ladies? I could keep you company.
Oh no, we've had enough of you at school.
Ah, you're breaking my heart.
Quit clowning around. Go to your seat.
The teacher woke up and sent Dave to the principal's office. My sister and I burst into giggles. Dave was always getting in trouble. What was I talking about? Oh, right. I wanted to tell you about my first love, Patrick. I met him when we were 9. It was a hot summer. Our parents' hotel is full of guests, and they were constantly busy. My sister and I like to play hide and seek. I went down to the basement and waited. Monica will never find me here. Then I realized there was a boy beside me. Patrick was hiding from his parents for some reason. As we sat there, we became fast friends. Soon, Monica and Patrick's parents found us. His mom and dad turned out to be famous actors. Can you imagine? The next day, they left the hotel. We didn't even have time to say goodbye. Finally, after so many years, I found Patrick's social media and DM'd him. To my disappointment, he said he didn't remember me and blocked me. Of course, I was terribly upset.
Cheer up, it's summer and we don't have to see Dave for several months.
You're right, that's awesome.
The next day, we packed up and went to the Sunny Lagoon. Something was wrong. The beach season had already begun, but there were no guests in the hotel. Our parents looked tense and argued over every little thing.
Girls, you must be tired from the road. Take a swim in the pool.
Think before you speak. They must be hungry. Go cook something.
Don't boss me around.
Or what?
Monica and I exchanged confused glances. What had gotten into them? Our parents had never fought like that before. They didn't answer any of our questions. One day, Monica ran up to me freaking out.
We've got a big problem.
What's wrong?
Look who's checking into the hotel.
Oh no, it was Dave. That was it. Our carefree holidays were over.
Girls, here I am. Miss me? We'll be together all summer. Cool, right?
This is a nightmare. Stay away from us.
Monica and I decided that nothing would ruin our holidays. We swam in the pool, sunbathed, and took beautiful photos of each other for our social media. One day, I heard voices coming from the vents. It was our parents, and they were fighting again. What I heard made my eyes almost bulge out of my head. It turned out that there were almost no guests in the Sunny Lagoon, and the hotel was on the verge of bankruptcy. That's why my mom and dad were constantly fighting and were talking about getting divorced. I ran out of the basement in tears, found my sister and told her everything.
Louise, we won't give up. We'll find a way to make our hotel popular again and save our family.
But how?
As we talked, we got a ton of notifications because a lot of people had liked the photo we posted. We took a closer look at it and noticed that Dave was in the background. He must have slipped and was falling into the pool in the photo. Our followers liked that funny detail.
Monica, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
That my hair looks great in this photo?
No. We should use our social media to promote the hotel.
Oh, that's brilliant. Why hadn't I thought of that?
After that, my sister and I started filming funny content in our beautiful hotel. We pranked each other, danced, and took part in challenges to promote the hotel. We used the hashtag with its name under each post.
Psst, guys, I replaced my sister's sunscreen with mayonnaise. Let's see her reaction.
Hey, why do I smell like a hamburger?
It's never boring in the Sunny Lagoon. Come and see for yourselves.
While Monica and I were trying to come up with a new plan, our parents kept trying to sit us down for a serious conversation. We knew that they wanted to close the hotel and get a divorce, so we did everything to avoid them.
Girls, we need to talk.
Mom, we can't right now.
We're going on a date.
With those words, Monica grabbed me and Dave, who was passing by, and dragged us to the beach.
Whoa, girls, don't fight over me. There's enough day for everyone.
We just need an excuse to avoid our parents. You're free to go now.
We chased him away and got back to planning. My sister had read an article on the internet that said romantic places were in great demand and suggested that we promote the Sunny Lagoon as the place where anyone could find love. That's brilliant! Though we both looked at the pouting Dave, of course he was the key. We decided that one of us would pretend to fall in love with him and make a bunch of posts about it. All that was left to do was choose which one of us would pretend to be his girlfriend. We decided to hold an underwater breath-holding competition. The loser would have to date Dave. Luckily, I won and Monica got the dubious honor of becoming Dave's girlfriend. my sister came up to Dave and said with a wry smile that she had liked him for a long time. They spent every day together and filmed cute videos telling everyone how happy they were.
Hello everyone, this is my boyfriend Dave. We met in the sunny lagoon. The atmosphere here is so romantic. Love is in the air.
Our plan worked like a charm. Their beautiful love story got a lot of attention. Crowds of people looking for their soulmates flocked to the hotel. Things were looking up. Our parents stopped fighting as much as they used to. I noticed that Monica became much more popular than me thanks to all her ridiculous love posts about Dave. No one was interested in me anymore. I didn't get any new followers and my post got few likes. It really bothered me, but then I finally got lucky. Patrick checked into the hotel. His famous parents wanted to celebrate their wedding anniversary there. I decided this is my chance and approached the guy.
Patrick, it's me, Louise. Remember when we were kids?
No, leave me alone.
He didn't even look at me and walked past me with a stony face. I hated that. Everyone but me was doing great. Monica was enjoying her fake relationship. Patrick was treated like a prince because of his parents. And my mom and dad were happily getting rich. All sorts of celebrities and paparazzi were going to come to the celebration of Patrick's parents. My family hoped it would be great publicity for the hotel. I was the only one miserable and felt like a sad shrimp. I lost it when Monica got a swollen head and started bragging that it was all thanks to her that we saved the hotel. I went ballistic and decided to put my sister in her place. So, I told Dave why Monica really started hanging out with him. I didn't think he'd care much, but he got terribly upset.
What? What did I do to you to deserve that? I might act like a clown, but I have feelings too.
He immediately broke up with Monica. Oops! Of course my sister guessed that I had ratted her out and got mad at me.
You're my sister. How could you do that to me, you traitor?
I didn't get why she was mad at me. After all, it's not like she wanted to date our annoying classmate. One evening, someone left a beautiful cake by my room door. I naively decided that it was a gift from Patrick. I tried to bite it, and the cake burst. It was actually a balloon with some whipped cream on it, and Monica, who was watching from around the corner, burst out laughing. We kept pranking each other, and the tension grew by the day. Eventually, I decided to put an end to our rivalry with a bang. Patrick's parents were celebrating their wedding anniversary. Mom and Dad asked Monica and me to serve the guests. I gave my sister a gift box and said it was from Dave. Monica hurried to open it. A toy spider on a spring jumped out of the box. She recoiled and fell into a huge cake. The famous couple threw a fit. They shouted that they would destroy the reputation of the Sunny Lagoon for ruining their celebration. Our parents started arguing and blaming me each other. Monica was furious with me.
Louise, have you lost your mind? Why would you do that?
Everyone glared at me. I really had gone too far and ruined everything my sister and I had worked so hard for. I wanted to sink through the floor, so I hid in the basement.
Patrick, what are you doing here?
Well, why can't I be here? When I was a kid, I hid here with a girl. Wait, wasn't that Luis? It's you. I often thought about you over the years. I'm sorry I didn't remember you at first. It's just that so many girls hit on me because of my parents that I learned to ignore everyone.
Then he asked me why I was hiding, and I told him that I was tired of trying to save my parents' hotel. My sister and I worked so hard, but I got jealous and ruined everything. I forgot that we were doing it all for the sake of our family. The Sunny Lagoon will definitely close now. We chatted for a long time and discussed everything from cats to funny things that happened to us over the years. Talking to Patrick gave me confidence. I decided to try to fix everything. The next morning, almost all of the guests moved out because of the scandal. I invited my parents and sister to a picnic.
I'm sorry, I went too far. It's a shame that the hotel will have to close. We were so happy here.
Mom and Dad didn't stay angry for long and hugged Monica and me. They told us that they almost got divorced and because of all the hardships they faced. However, in the end, the problems brought them closer than ever.
I was so mad at you for being more popular than me.
The more time I spent with Dave, the more I liked him. I got to know him better and fell in love for real. That's why I was upset when he broke up with me.
Whoa! That news stunned me. We made up and decided that what mattered most was family. The next morning, Dave suddenly came up to us and said that Monica's words touched him to the core.
I fell in love with you for real too, Monica. You should have told me the truth right away though.
Wait a minute. Have you been eavesdropping on us?
No, I just watched the video.
What video?
Dave opened Patrick's page. It turned out he had posted a video of our family picnic. Wow! The hotel was packed with families. People were standing in line to check into the rooms. This is a miracle.
Thanks. But still, you should have asked for permission before filming us.
This way, it didn't look staged.